Hello, you're watching Cricket Next. This is Sahil Malhotra. A lot is being spoken about Chennai Super Kings since that deal between Ultratech and India Siemens. I wouldn't get too much into the details of that deal, of that transaction, what happens to India Siemens. I think that's for the financial reporters to kind of sort it out for you. But a very important and pertinent question has been raised, and not many people are aware about what happens to Chennai Super Kings because um, mostly people relate Chennai Super Kings to India Siemens, right? Now, a change happened, a demerger of sorts happened in 2014, which is 10 years before this deal actually took place between Ultratech and India Siemens, where a demerger happened and CSK was separated from the India Siemens banner and the umbrella, I would say. A new company was floated, and the name of the company was CSKCL, Chennai Super Kings Cricket Limited. So that company was whole and sole responsible for all cricketing operations of the CSK, and it had very little bearing of what India Siemens as a group or as a firm was doing. So they, in simpler terms, separated their cricket business from India Siemens, and why that happened, a lot of reasons led to that. I think Chennai Super Kings getting embroiled in that entire fixing episode involving the team principal Gurunath Mayappan, where allegations were laid that he was involved in relaying team information, and all those things happened. It was a very dark chapter and episode for the Indian Premier League and Indian cricket on a whole. But after that, CSK and Rajasthan Royals were suspended for 2 years. Gurunath Mayappan and Raj Kundra were banned for life from any kind of operations with the BCCI or the IPL. But now saying that CSK became a separate company because of that suspension, I'll just inform my viewers and the readers who have been reading what we've been doing around this. It actually was proposed by the India Siemens Board of Directors in 2014 that they'll be demerging the CSK business into a separate entity, and N. Srinivasan's right hand Kasi Viswanath was given the charge of the CSK Cricket Limited, which is responsible for running cricket operations of CSK. So that was actually proposed by the India Siemens Board of Directors in 2014. The move finally happened in 2015, where at a meeting, all the Board of Directors unanimously agreed to that demerger. And since then, CSK have been operating under the banner of CSKCL, CS Chennai Super Kings Cricket Limited. And even if after this financial deal between Ultratech and India Siemens, it will have very little or no bearing on what CSK does. It will have no bearing on the various clubs owned by various clubs owned by India Siemens in the Tamil Nadu league setup, because they operate plenty of clubs in Tamil Nadu. So all those things will be untouched. Now, what exactly we need to figure out is what happens to the players who were given top positions at India Siemens. Those players include the likes of MS Dhoni, Ravichandran Ashwin, Murli Vijay, if I'm not wrong. So all these guys who've been part of CSK, who've been part of teams owned by India Siemens in the Tamil Nadu league circuit. So what happens to those players? I think that will be interesting to see. But as far as Chennai Super Kings is concerned, as I said, the demerger happened, and now why that demerger happened? Yes, there were suggestions, and the rumor mill was very strong that it was primarily because of all those spot fixing allegations, all those things. They wanted to just separate it from India Siemens banner. But it also happened because of the conflict of interest clause, which became like talk of the town for at least a couple of years, where N. Srinivasan, leading administrator in the country at that point in time, had ambitions of the global body too. He wasn't considered eligible because of the commercial interests in India Siemens, and India Siemens owning Chennai Super Kings. So just to avoid all that confusion, avoid all that chatter, it made sense for Srinivasan to let India Siemens do their core business and let CSK operate under a different company when the demerger happened. So that allowed N. Srinivasan to continue with what he wanted to do, and that was one of the reasons why that demerger of sorts happened at India Siemens. So that was it. What happened? Why CSK was floated under a different company, and what led to that. So as of now, as I said earlier, it will have very little bearing on the way CSK operates, because a different set of individuals, a different set of people kind of who have no or very little role to play in India Cements are taking charge, taking care of the CSK franchise. As we see, Kasi Viswanath, the long time right hand of N. Srinivasan, who has been the heart and soul of Chennai Super Kings, will continue to be in charge of the franchise. And on 31st, and Srinivasan's daughter will be attending the meeting with the BCCI officials with regards to the retentions and the different rules which are going to be discussed for the upcoming season ahead of the mega auction in 2024-2025. It remains to be seen when it happens, but right now we are being told that it could either be in December or January. So let's see when that happens. We'll bring you all the updates on the IPL, whatever is happening behind the scenes, who is going where, who is likely to go where. So you stay tuned, keep watching Cricket Next, hit the bell icon, click the subscribe button, follow us across our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and we will make sure that you don't miss a ball. Keep watching.